Earlier this week, we reported on the legendary Canadian rock group Chilliwack celebrating 40 years of music this weekend. 2 concerts are planned tomorrow and Saturday with tributes to founding members who have since passed away. The idea for one of those tributes was to have the very special Strat guitar played by Brian Too Loud McLeod up on stage in his place, honoring his contribution to the band. The problem, finding that guitar in time for the concert. And that's when we took the search to you, our viewers. Robin Stickley has a follow-up.
Something like that, and and he go, yeah, that's cool.
They did their best work together over morning coffee.
I know, and we'd be throwing stuff back and forth.
That was the daily routine. And when the creative sparks flew between these 2 musicians, the results were often magical. Bill Henderson and Brian McLeod wrote tunes many Canadians consider the soundtrack to the 70s and 80s. So when Henderson set out to find his old friend's guitar, there were all kinds of leads.
A number of guitars showed up, and people said they definitely had, Brian's guitar. And we talked to them about it, and no, that wasn't the guitar.
With Chilliwack's 40th anniversary concert approaching, the band, wanting to honor McLeod's contribution, launched a search for his signature Stratocaster, the one he played from 1970 until his passing in 1992. Legend has it the guitar was up for sale in a music store in Duncan in the early 90s, but from there, the trail went cold. Until word got out, and within a week, the instrument turned up in Calgary, in the hands of the guy who calls himself Chilliwack's biggest fan.
His guitar came available, and I was like, oh my God, I must have it if I can afford it. The first concert I ever went to in Winnipeg was Chilliwack.
Al Barrett couldn't afford it. He was a struggling musician playing in a band in bar gigs in BC in the late 90s when he bought McLeod's guitar for $2,500.
When I got the guitar, it was completely rusted out.
Years later, a security guard who worked at one of those bars saw the Global story about the wanted guitar and got in touch with Al.
And it really sounded like it was the one, so I kept asking, what about the back?
Well, that's the wear and tear of a well-used guitar.
Yeah, that's the one. I know those grooves.
The guitar, grooves and all, is now on its way to BC. It will be on stage during the concert this weekend, a chance for fans to show their appreciation. And no doubt those creative sparks and friendship will fly again.
He was totally close with that guitar, like he knew that guitar inside out, and it knew him. And I think it should be pretty sweet. I think so. I think it'll be a way, really there's such a strong link to him with that guitar.